We spoke to the management on the same and the road ahead for the company. This is what they had to say. Listen in.
Navratna certainly gives an edge in the market because this is a status accorded by Government of India, means they have more confidence. They have shown in the industry, and of course stakeholders and investors will have this message, and they will have certainly more, and even our purchasers, customers, it will make a lot of impact. We can now have capital expenditures beyond previous status, and in fact there's no ceiling, but capital expenditure we can make joint ventures also with increased limits. We can do more investments when we talk when we compare with the previous status. We can open now offices even abroad also. We have recently started some foreign business efforts. So this is certainly going to help us when we talk of RailTel as a company in the industry.
Right. So as you rightly mentioned about the privileges you get after receiving the Navratna status. So talking about the capex plan, Navratna status allows you to invest up to 1,000 crore of rupees without seeking government approval. So any plans on increasing the capex? And as you rightly mentioned, you can even open offices overseas. So any kind of plans that you have in place for the near future?
See, as I told you that we have started making our efforts towards international business side, and certainly will require such kind of opening of offices and all this. So, but certainly we are not going to open office just for the sake of opening. As we get business opportunities in any of these countries where we are trying to explore market, we will not have to wait for any approval from higher authorities from Government of India. Capital expenditure also, previously, though we have been doing capital expenditure, but as the data center market is expanding, as AI is the buzzword in the market, certainly the capital expenditure requirement will be now there more in comparison to previous years. And we'll utilize this facility as and when the need arises.
Right. Okay. So no capital expenditure plans as of now.
Yeah, not now. Like this year we have capital expenditure plans for our network and maybe Delta adding to our data centers. But because this facility was not there earlier, so we were looking for partners, private partners for edge data centers, even for our Noida data center facility also. And that process is still on for even Noida data center. So we are not going to hold it now for Noida data center, but we'll certainly have this facility now for future endeavors.
Right. Got that perspective. Moving on to financials, right? You have two buckets of revenue largely split into telecom and projects, which likely have a 50-50 kind of revenue share. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I want to focus on the margin aspect from these two segments. As you had said in the last quarter earnings conversation, that revenue or, the margins from project business is likely to remain in a single-digit kind of range. So what is your take on the margins from these two segments?
So that is true that project margin is going to remain close to in the range of basically 5 to 6% overall. When we talk of telecom business, so our EBITDA margin will be 30+%, and that is where we are going to continue.
Right. So in terms of telecom businesses, where you're expecting a higher share of margins?
Yeah.
So do you expect the revenue to shift towards telecom because it is a margin accretive business as well? Because currently the share is just 50-50.
Yeah, but the telecom market of our country, Indian telecom market, has always been very talked about. Many players in the past had to exit. This is very tough market, but still we are continuing. We are continuously making our efforts so that we sustain. Though our growth in telecom business has been close to double digit. I think last year also it was not even double digit, but we are not leaving a single stone so that our growth dampens. uh, Certainly your question is very right that we should make efforts to have more telecom business, but this is not so easy. But our efforts, I can assure our investors and to the industry that efforts we will certainly continuously, dynamically improve, will do more efforts and all that.
Right. So since your focus is on the telecom markets, let's talk something more about it. So do you see kind of more competition coming on from this segment, the telecom segment as a whole?
Telecom segment competition has always been there, very fierce competition, and the prices continuously going south. Uh, Now, recently, though Airtel and Jio have tried to increase some of their tariffs in broadband and mobile segment, but the results were not expected on the expected lines. So people, means these industry players, are still playing very cautiously against the price rise. The price rise which they tried, it was also in a premium segment. It's very ticklish. It's not easy to handle this market. Yeah.
Right, right, Mr. Kumar. So, do you think more tariff hikes by TRAI or by the companies particularly will help sustain the margins that we have as a company?
See, TRAI generally does not control the prices. They only see that the prices are not beyond a ceiling. If we talk of, say, NLD bandwidth, but TRAI generally now monitors the quality of service and all those kind of things. So I'm not very sure, because 5G also did not bring the kind of business to the companies as was envisaged, and still the companies are very slow moving ahead in the installations in 5G directions. So I think I'm still keeping fingers crossed, and it will be premature to comment further on this.
Right, right, Mr. Kumar. So 5G is something which I think the entire countries and the top three telecom players are waiting for 5G monetization and taking steps towards it. Rightly, that is to be watched out for. But just one last question from my end, due to crunch of time, is your current total order book stands at around 4,600 crore rupees as on the latest data which we have. So can you just talk to us about what kind of deal conversion over here are you looking for FY25 in particular? But as we can see the breakup, you get 75% contribution from tender segment. So can you just brief us more about how far do you see this order book converting into revenue for FY25?
Yeah, so I will just make some addition. Our current order book size is somewhere around 4,900 crore. It is with few orders coming in this year. As far as the order converting into revenue, so we are expecting that it will be somewhere around 1,900 to 2,000 crore order book converting into revenue. That is, we are of course, we are very much optimistic about. So I think that answers your question.
How much percentage of the current order book do you expect to convert in revenue for FY25?
So it's 4,900 crore to 2,000. You can just, because order book will continue to dynamically change. So I don't know how to answer this question.
Right.
But yes, this much I can see that.
Healthy pipeline is what essentially is the case right now.
So we are expecting this year 2,000 to 2,005 crore or 2,500 crores of new orders adding total in this year. That is what is expected. So, and then out of that, maybe 1900 to 2000 crore will get converted into revenue. So next year, again, we should have somewhere around to 5000 crore of order book when we start the next year.